All right, here we go. I'm going to get us started on our assembly for our eraser cube. So first thing, as always, we're going to get rid of Mildred. And then we need to go to uh, the three lines up at the top here because we need to import our pieces that we need. So we'll go to my drive. So when import to drive, now we'll go to my Google SketchUp folder. Oh geez, let's see. DM Google SketchUp. And the first piece I'm going to bring in is going to be the green piece. So I'm looking for my green puzzle piece. Let's go a little bit deeper. Here we go. And import. Now, you'll notice that you can't even see it. All we see is the cursor. So I want to move my cursor over here to the origin. And then I will click when it's on the origin. And then I'm going to go down here to Zoom Extents. And there it is, nice and big. And now we won't have to worry about pieces coming in really tiny like that anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to go up and save this. So we're going to go save, and we're going to call this, okay, got a little delay here. We're going to call this EP. So I type in EP assembly. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, so now we're back here, and we're going to next do some of our rotating and moving because we have to do that with all of our pieces. And this is different than using the Orbit tool and the Michael Jackson glove. So to use our rotate and move, we have to go to this button above, or this tool above the tape measure. And when I click on that, you can see I have a move tool and a rotate tool. Okay, in this case, when I rotate, I need to get this protractor onto the top surface here, and it will be blue. Okay, so I'm just going to place it on the top surface and click one time. Just click, don't do anything else. And now I'm going to extend a line out. And you see that line needs to be a dashed red line. And then I will click again, and now I can turn this. And rather than trying to get it to the right angle, just type in 90 and enter. Okay, and now we have it in the position we need it. Now I'm going to need to rotate it a second time. And for this rotation, we are going to need a protractor, or get our protractor on the front surface. And I know that might be hard to see, but there's a green protractor. And so I'm going to again click on that and extend a line out to the side, and it needs to be red. I click and then turn that up, and we're going to go 90 again, type in 90 and enter. And now our green piece is how I need it to be positioned. Now we're going to move it into place. So to move, I'm going to go over here to this and go to my move tool. And now it's best if we go to the corner we want to be attaching somewhere. So I'm going to go to this corner on my piece, click on it, and we're going to move to the origin. And it'll kind of snap into place. And then click, and now I have it in place. Now, as long as I've got this blue box around here, I'm going to put my cursor on my piece and I am going to right click. And then you can go to where it says lock, and that will lock our piece there. It won't move from this point on. So I'm going to now go to my select tool here and just click anywhere on the screen, and that gets rid of that. Okay, I want to now go ahead and orbit. So I'm going to select the orbit tool, and we're going to just move this a little bit. I'm going to actually orbit around. You can see our B is upside down. But I'm going to orbit, and I'm going to position this about like this. All right. Now we're set to import our next piece, which is going to be the yellow piece. So go to these three lines at the top, and we're going to go to import from my drive. And again, I need to get to my DM Google SketchUp folder. And hopefully your pieces are saved in there. If they aren't, you'll have to find wherever you save them. And now I'm going to get the yellow piece. So I'm just going to grab that, click on it, and import. And there it is. And I'm just going to bring it down here onto that red line there and just click and put it in place. Okay, so now we're going to actually put some pieces together. So I'm going to orbit this just a little bit. And when I move my piece, I want to make sure I'm clicking on the corner of the piece where I want it to join to another corner. So I want to get this corner right here to go and join this corner up here. So go to the Move tool, select my move, and I'm going to go and put my cursor on this corner right there by the A. Just right there. Click, and now I'm going to move my piece and put it right to that corner I was talking about. And click. And once again, as long as I've got the A piece in where I want it, I'm going to right click on it and do lock again. And now we've got our second piece in there. I'm going to go and orbit one more time here just to bring this back up about like so. And we will import our third piece. So to the three lines we go. I'm going down to import from my Google Drive. Here we go. And this time we're going to bring in the pink piece. And I go to my Google SketchUp folder, and I'm looking for my pink piece, which is here. I'm going to import that. And I'm just going to set it over here. Bring it up to that red line. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do some more rotations. The first rotation I want to do is going to be a rotation on the top surface. So I'm going to go over to get my rotate tool. And again, you see that protractor? I need that protractor on the top surface, and I need it to be a blue protractor. So be patient until you see that blue protractor. I'm going to go ahead and click to set my protractor in place. And now I'm going to extend the line out. And again, it needs to be a dashed red line. So if you're seeing a black line, you need to get it to be dashed red. I'm going to click. And now I'm going to start turning, and we're going to type in 180 this time. 180, and enter. And that's set. Now we're going to have to orbit our drawing or our file here. So I'm going to go to my orbit tool, and I need to orbit around. So I'm looking at this side of my red piece over here. And we're going to rotate. So I get my rotate tool. And this time I'm going to take my protractor over onto this right side, and notice it is red now. So I'm going to go ahead and click while it's red. And now I'm going to push a line towards the back, and you can see while it's on the pink, it is a dotted green line. We need to make sure it's green. And I know it's hard to see, but it is green, and I'm going to click. And now I'm going to start turning towards the top and type in 90 degrees and enter. And now we have that. I'm going to go ahead and orbit. And if I take this back this way a little bit, I think you can see how this part is going to go on. Pink is going to go in right here. So I know that this corner right here that I'm kind of swirling around, that corner needs to join to this corner over here. So I'm going to get my move tool. I am going to select it, the move, and I'm going to go get this corner right there. Click on it, and I'm going to drag it in and touch it up to that corner there. Once I see it set in place, click. Again, you want to right click on the pink, go to lock. That is locked in. Do your select tool. Click anywhere on your screen to get rid of that. And now go up and just click on save so that it saves it like it is. Okay, and that's how we do the first three pieces. Great job.